guys, so we are going to continue the discussion with respect to Python, and in this video we are going to discuss about filter function. Now what exactly is filter function? So filter function constructs an iterator from elements of an iterable for which a function returns true. It is used to filter out items from a list based on a condition. So finally, just to understand what does filter function do, it is used to filter out items from a list or any iterable based on a condition. Okay. So in order to make you understand, let me just go ahead and quickly write a code for you. So here I'm going to create a definition. Let's say this is my function which will tell whether a number is even or odd, right? Or let's say this particular number is just, this function is just going to check whether the number is even, and it is just going to return true or false. So here if I'm giving num, okay, and let's say that I'm going to write my condition if num %2 is double equal to 0. Then what we are going to do, we are just going to return true, right? So perfect, this works absolutely fine. We have seen this kind of function a lot. So now if I just go ahead and give my 24, so it is just going to give me true because this is obviously a true number. But let's say that now I have a list of elements, and here I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like this, 11, 12, okay. Now I want to apply the same operation on top of this particular element, and I want to just filter out which satisfies only this specific condition, right? So now focus on the last statement. It is used to filter out items from a list based on a condition, right? So this is my condition and I want to filter out from this specific list, right? So how do I do it? Yes, I can actually do it. I can just iterate through all these particular elements inside this even function, and then I should be able to do it, right? I should be able to get true, you know, probably append it in another list and get the values. But let's do this with the help of filter. Okay. Now in filter, if you know about filter, right? Filter usually takes first parameter as again function. So in this case, even is my function, and the second parameter will be my list. Okay. Now what this filter does is that whatever condition I have written inside this particular function, only that will get applied into this, and the elements will be taken from the list, only which satisfies this condition, right? Which is returning true, only that elements will be taken out. Okay. So here when I say filter even of list, and let me just go ahead and probably convert this into a list, you will be able to see that I will be getting all the elements that are only even. Right. So this is a basic example to understand about filter function, right? So it applies a kind of filter on the list that we specifically have. Okay. A very easy with respect to this. Now let's go ahead and see more examples. And this time I'm going to take filter with a lambda function. Okay. So lambda function, and I will try to use the same thing, or let me just use some other things. Like let's say this is my number variable. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then I will say, hey, do a filter and try to just take out greater than 5. Okay. Greater than 5. Okay. Try to create a filter, something like that. From this particular list, I should only get numbers that are greater than 5. So now I will just go ahead and write list. I will go ahead and use filter function. Now let me just go ahead and define my lambda function, right? Lambda function will be very simple. If I go ahead and write just lambda expression, this will be my argument, argument, and I'll be writing my expression, that is x is greater than 5, and on which list I will basically apply this entire thing in my numbers, right? So this entire function is going to get applied on this particular list. Now once I go ahead and print it, you will be able to see that I will only be getting the elements greater than 5, right? So this is one amazing thing with respect to list, and here with a simple just logic, how you are able to use filter. Even in the previous video we saw about lambda also. Now I will show you filter operation with multiple condition. Okay. So here I'm going to say filter with a lambda function and multiple conditions. So just to make you understand what all things are possible. Okay. So multiple conditions. Now as usual, I'll take these numbers. Okay. Right. And let's say I will write a variable even, and it should be even. I'm writing to check. Okay. Even and greater than 5. Okay. So this is my variable that I'm actually going to create two things I'm actually doing over here. First of all, I will check whether the number is even or not. We'll filter out based on the number is even or not, and it should be greater than 5. So in this, I will again use list. I will again use filter. Okay. And along with that, I will use my lambda x colon greater than 5. Okay. So this is my one condition, and I will go ahead and use one logical AND. So AND operation over here I will use, and this will be x percentile 2 or modulus 2 is double equal to 0. So these are my two conditions. If it is getting satisfied, and this will get applied to all my numbers, list of numbers that is available over here. So inside this lambda function, what we are doing, we are applying two expression. One is x is greater than 5, and the other one is x modulus 2 is double equal to 0, right? Now if I go ahead and print, so what it is going to do, first of all, it is going to check whether it is even or not, and then whether it is greater than 5. So out of this elements, you'll be able to see that I'm able to get only 6 and 8. Remaining all elements are odd or less than 5. Perfect. Let's go ahead and see one more way of doing this. Okay. Now let's say that I want to apply a filter operation not only on list, let's say on dictionaries. Okay. So here I will just go ahead and do this. Okay. I will say, hey, apply filter to check if the age is greater than 25 in dictionary. Okay. So here you can basically see, I will just create some data. And again, I've already created this kind of data. So let me see from my, which functions, map function. I think I've actually used this kind of data. Yeah. So this is my people data. Okay. So here I have specifically people data. I will use this same thing. Okay. Just trying to save time. Okay. Now from this, I will create a function where I'll say age greater than 25. Okay. And let's say I'll just make some more data over here. I will copy, I'll put over here, I'll say Jack, then along with this, I'll say John, age will be 25. Okay. And then what we are going to basically do, we are going to create a function. Here we are going to give the person information, one item person information, and then we are just going to return the person of age, right? And this age should be greater than 25. And based on this, either it will return true or false, right? Now we are just going to apply this with the help of filter, and we will use this particular function. So I'll say filter, and this will be my age greater than 25 along with my people, because I need to apply this on my entire collection that is iterable, and then I'll try to convert this into a list. So if I go ahead and print it, so here you'll be able to see name, age, Krish, age 32 and 33, because this particular condition checks only and returns only the age. Based on the age condition greater than 25, it will return those specific records. And yes, from this particular filter operation, you'll be able to see that I'm able to do this, right? So these are some of the amazing operations that you can do with filter. So I would definitely try to put some kind of conclusions, and I'm doing that particular thing with respect to every video that I record in this. So here, these are some of the conclusions. So here you can see the filter function is a powerful tool for creating iterators that filter items out of an iterable based on a function. It is commonly used for data cleaning, filter objects, and removing unwanted elements. By mastering filter, you can write more concise and efficient code for processing and manipulating collections in Python. So yes, this was about filter. Now, as we go ahead, we'll be discussing about, and again, we'll be reusing all these things. But I think you got a clear idea about functions, different types of functions, anonymous function, lambda function, maps function, filter function. So yes, this was it from my side. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you. Take care.